What's up, YouTube? Sea-Dog back with another Transformers third-party review. This is on the Magic Square MS-01 Light of Freedom, aka Optimus Prime. This video is brought to you by ShowZStore.com. Link will be in the description below. Official and third-party figures are all sold at the best competitive prices. All shipping to the US is free. Check them out, link in the description below. That's ShowZStore.com. Checking out the back of the packaging really quickly. Comes with a pamphlet that you can open up. It's rather large. That is the instruction booklet for transformation. As you can see, all the parts that move are highlighted in red and blue for the arrows. That's pretty cool. Also comes with a plethora of accessories. So you can have your ion cannon done up in this metallic black speckle plastic, with a little bit of gray paint at the butt of the gun on each side. No hollow spots. Looking good. Only thing I can tell that looks a little different from the cartoon would be this piece right here. And the way you attach the gun, there's two ways you can do it. You can swivel just the hand. There's two tab slots. So you can tab in there or at the bottom in here. So when you swivel the hand, you really only get this one option. It might fall because there, and you can see there's space above it. Or you can remove it, swivel the whole forearm, and that'll allow you to be able to push it into the bottom, where when you swivel it back, there's no space. So those are your two options with that. Remove that. You also get his axe, which is a little tricky, and the best way I think it can be done is going up from the bottom. There is two tabs on this, and it's a pretty short little axe. You want to tab it in there like this, get a nice grip. You want these to be all folded in that square position. And then you would, actually I think it's the other way, but I believe you can do either way, but let me just check. Yeah, you can do it this way if you want. So you can do it that way, or you can flip it around the other way if you want the axe to go upwards. But that's how you would connect it, and then you just kind of wiggle it to get it off. It's kind of actually difficult when you're reaching forward. I'll do it off camera. You also get some replaceable parts for the battle damage look from the movie, and the way that deal with these is you open this up and then you can press these out, and you can see there's a longer side and a shorter side. What I mean by that is one side's longer to the edge than the other. So my focus is all kinds of messed up in this red. There you go. You can see it there. Anyways, you want to, I suggest to put the bullet hole side on this side. Match them up if you have to. Get the shorter side on the shorter side. The shorter side goes inward, meaning the inside, or this in here. Then you match it up like that. Take the other one, remove it. Right, that just went on the floor. And that floor is not easy to get to. And you do that, and you have him in his battle damage parts. You also have this piece right here, and another piece like it that jumped right out of my hand right as soon as I pulled it out of the box, like it's doing now. And the way you deal with that is there's a seam right here, and you can pop that off, and then you can put these on there like this. So this would be on, I believe this is for this side. And then there's another one that's a little bit smaller of damage for the other side, but I never got to see the other side. So there's your options there. Another accessory is this smaller helmet. What I mean by smaller is it's just got the shorter ears. As you can see here. I feel like the lights aren't... Yeah, there we go. That probably work better. See, they're shorter ears, and if you look at Prime, he's got the longer ears. So you can... It's got a little piece so you can take it off from the back and reattach it. And then the articulated ears will stay, because that's attached to the back of the figure, I believe. Yeah, so you can see the split. You would use the screws right there and do that. You can also open up his chest, and he does have a matrix that you can pull out like this, and it is die-cast metal. painted up in metallic silver and metallic copper gold. It's got pretty much the same on both sides, same size gem on both sides, and then there's these parts that go like this, and I believe those go for up, like that. So you want to attach it. You can turn it around, but it's not going to close. So they should have orchestrated so it would, but they didn't. So just so you know, when you see me transforming it, don't get that idea like it will. Another gimmick is you get this. It'll swivel up and down, probably more for truck mode, but I'm not going to do that again. I showed you once. But looking at the details of the figure, it's just fantastic. You got, let me see, bend his knees so I can get a better idea of it. There we go. Yeah, great little figures, very poseable, lots of color. It's got the look like the Combiner Wars cartoon, that, you know, the Power of the Primes series or whatever. I don't think he was in that one, but in Titan's Return, Combiner Wars, he was in that. Where it's got the fatter legs and this kind of blue color instead of the navy blue, and the bigger eyes. So very cool. You got some paint here on the top of the windshield for the truck lights. You got chrome. Oh, some people will have it up here like this, but it's actually made to give you that 1984 look, where it hangs off the shoulder a little bit. You got some paint here to show you where the elbows are. It's just paint. Chrome grill, looking fantastic. I got some paint for the arrows, and this is painted. What I mean by that is, if you look up underneath, it's this whiter gray, and then it's got like kind of like a spray painted, or like a just one layer maybe, wash almost, like, to kind of bring out some of those details. That's what it looks like from the back. So you can see it's very much modeled after the MP-10, just fixed up to be a lot better. You can see there's no wheels showing, so that looks awesome. Got a little headlight or a tail light detail on the back of his feet. You do have that blue bar that goes up on his butt, I guess you could call it. These move so you can get it. But actually for this, I want to show you this. When you pull it out, this part pulls out. So for that, but for some reason they made it, it might have something to do when you're transforming it, when you're trying to get the leg modes in, it makes it easier maybe. But not a lot of screw holes. You can see it's pretty much covered up. You got a couple right here, and there's a few on the inside, but for the most part, and you got a little bit on the inside of his legs. Some more paint details down here. You get that silver kind of inside like Fans Toys would do. And you get the two-tone blue. You get this blue and then this lighter blue right here. Get some clear plastic blue right there, as well as clear plastic orange right here. Some more clear plastic blue, and these are painted on eyes and painted mask, as well as the crest on his head. So for articulation, he can look down. Again, let me just... you can see he's got die cast in his knees, and he's got a die cast bar hinge that's really strong right here, and it's also pinned to the sides up there, so you can get more light on this. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that's a really nice hinge they put together right there, very tight. For articulation, you can look up and down and left and right. You can go 360 if you need. He does have articulation in the ears, but you don't need them for the transformation. I'll show you that. His shoulders can come out and do the butterfly, so if you have, you know, it's a little bit difficult to do on camera, but you can work it so you can cover his whole entire face. It might be hard to show you on camera, but as you can see, it goes right across his chest. It just matters how you work with the joints. But anyways, you got a ratchet to go out, and then if you pull it out again, you get a swivel back, like a double pull out. So the first pull out goes this way, and then the other pull out comes out backwards. So that's pretty cool. You get an upper bicep swivel up here, and then you get a lower swivel below on his forearm, which helps for transformation as well as putting those weapons in. For his fists, you get a swivel on the wrists, and if you loosen this up just a little bit, you can get a little bit up and down. He has a really cool hand system here. You can push the thumb up and down on this. It's on a ball joint, so it'll spin. Plus, there's a hinge for the Optimus Prime thumbs up thing. So that's pretty cool. So you can get Optimus in a thumbs up pose. Yeah. Can get him to focus. Also, his fingers are all articulated. Each individually has 2 points. You got a pin there and a pin there. The top one moves kind of on its own, and these move together in a sense, but they can be split. It's just the way it's kind of works out. You see, they move together, or they move separate too. That's what I meant to say. But they all have those pinned hinges on the base and the middle. So great articulation on the hands alone. The waist has a ab crunch that you can do that, or you can even do this for like crossed Indian poses. So pretty cool. You can actually get them to do a real Indian sitting thing. You can also swivel, and you can kind of use both to kind of tilt and swivel. Plus, you can go back, like if you're doing a pose, like he's falling backwards or something. So you can do that. That hinge works out great. You can lift these. They're split in 3 ways. God, this light is just not working with me in this color. You can go out. Nice tight hinge. Same with this, or ratchet, I should say. You can go up almost 90. Has to go out a little bit. And then you get a 360 swivel at the thigh swivel. You get a knee that goes to about there, and then a secondary hinge for there, so you can get like cool poses. And then for his feet, he has ankle tilts, and he has double jointed hinges on his heels as well as his foot, which can come in handy for locked foot poses, which I'll show you what I mean there. So you can get them to do these kind of deals. Let's get them to balance. Let's see if I can get that out here. If you see, he's up on his toes like that. Or you can get it looser with the double hinge to go up and down. So that is his articulation. Quite a feat of articulation, if you ask me. Very cool figure. Just settle him there. And he stands pretty good too. You also get a baggie to put all the parts in. So that's cool. They come in a baggie. I forgot to show you, you get the elbow joint there, and then it also goes double. So you get that too. Alright. Now to show you a pose or something. Just to show you real quick kind of how he poses. As you can see, he's quick to pose. You can get him go all kinds of things. It's like he's doing a 2-handed gun pose or something. So you can see he's all posed up there. For his height, he stands at a whopping 9.5 inches. Yeah, it looks like 9 from the camera, but it's actually 9.5. So I believe that's about 24 centimeters, if I'm not mistaken. Here's a comparison with the leader class figure, one of the larger. This is pretty much like ROTF leader size. That's the first edition Age of Extinction leader Optimus Prime. Alright, for transformation, now bear with me because my shoulder's been hurting and I haven't really been able to do this, but I think today I'm okay. So what you want to do to start is you want to do the chest first. So what you do is you pull open these, and careful not to knock these out. See how they're kind of loose? That's one flaw that I really hate. You pull this down, swivel it 180, put it back for now. Okay, now we're going to pull up the hinge. That'll allow us to get some working room, pulling back the butterflies out of the way into the forward position. You have to go up a little bit. You're going to want to unlock these, and these come down. I'll show you on this side, like that. Let's just get the arms right out of the way, actually, so you can see what's going on. And then while you pull the hinge up, it gives you more access to this. So you pull that around. Then you're going to want to do the Masterpiece MP-10 thing and swivel it 180 degrees to the front. There's 2 swivels. There's a swivel point at this point, and there's a swivel point where the wheels would turn. So you want to use, first you're going to do the wheel's turning swivel point. You might have to move it up and down a little bit to get that way. Now what you do is you take this, you pull it out. It's on a slider. Rotate it 180 degrees. Kind of pushing it to the side. You're going to want to hold the wheel still while you swivel at this swivel point like that. And I think you're going to want to make some room. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult. So you want to use these kind of swivels to get it all working. Like that. Make sure it's even. What I mean by even is swivels even from like where the line is flush right there. I mean, yeah. So it's flush like that. When you have it like that, you can then push. You can push this down, and there's some tabs on the back of there, and then there's some slide things that tab into these red tab slots here. Let's see if I can get this to focus. No, focus, I said. You can see the red tab slots right there, but I don't want to move it too much because I want it in position where it needs to be. And then you just want to tab it all together. It's a little difficult reaching, I've noticed, especially with my shoulder bum. So you just want to kind of measure it. Excuse my language, I can't even talk right. You want to get everything lined up and just kind of get in there and do your best job getting everything lined up at the same time. It can be a little tricky, but not really that tricky. And I think you want it to be, these to be opened while you do it. I screwed up because you want to close them after, but you're gonna need to open them first. So yeah, my shoulder's really giving me problems. There we go. That way you can get it all lined up right. Once you get it all lined up right, then you can close these. You might have to pull it down a little bit just to kind of get that to work. Those don't help either. Oh, it's not in there all right. So you gotta have to squish this together like that. There we go. Now it should work. I feel like something is off. Yeah. See, those are real pain. And then I think you want to push it in a little bit. Maybe. You just need to close. It should not be like this. I don't know what's going on, dude. Sorry, guys. This is why I haven't done a review. My shoulder's not letting me do anything. Obviously, I didn't have it lined up right, but once you get it all lined up right, it's like that, okay? Next, you're going to want to do the arms. So the way the arms work is you're going to bend them at the elbow point, not the double elbow point. Keep it like this. Let me get this. There. My shoulder's killing me. All right, you're going to want to push this up to get that out of the way. Then what you do is there's a little notch point right there for your fingernail. Go like that. Let's get some light on there. Open that up. Then take this. There's a tab on the inside right there. That'll give you some, you can see it sticking out. That'll give you some pull. You can use that to pull this down. Pretty much use anything, but once you pull that down, you want to bend it back as far as it'll go. That's why you're going to have it in that elbow bent position, because once you get it back, you can pull out this piece. And remember to pull out this piece second it's on a hinge. Okay, then you're going to want to take this and you're going to want to fold it in half and then fold it up so it goes flat. And that's why you need it to be in this position, flat up against there like that. Then you can take the hand and you take the thumb, bring it down like this, just kind of like you did the axe. Get your hand like that. And hopefully it doesn't move around too much, and then shift it up into position. Then what you do, you see how these are lined up like that? We're going to essentially bring it back like that. But first, you want to rotate this 90 degrees inward. Then you can bring it back But the tricky part is, especially when it's new, is to get that tab right there locked into that slot up in here. But it's not as hard once you do it a lot. Just like that. And then this, on a series of ball joints and hinges, goes like that. So let me get these knees out of the way. There we go. So you want it like that. That's what the end result would be. Then we're going to just do the other one first. Before you do anything else, slide this up, then that. Use that finger. There's a little like tab slot right there. You can get your nail in to lift this up. My shoulder's not even letting me do that. Wow. Then pull this part down, opening that up. Pulling this out, and then from this side you can see the hinge, how it works. See that piece? That piece is important. I wanted to show you from a different angle. Then what we do is we fold this piece in half next, and then from this point of view, you take that folded up half piece and you fold it down in until it's flat like that. Then you take this hand up, if it's all squared up, and you rotate it up in there. Hopefully it stays square like that. Rotate this 90 degrees like that, so we can bring it from these tabs back to these tabs, where everything needs to be pegged in. Sometimes working back here first works, sometimes not. Just like that and that. Putting it like that. Alright, so we have the arms done. Now we're going to do the head, the neck. Sorry about the focus, I'm not sure what's going on. Bring this back. Some people will tell you to move these around. Don't move those around. The instructions say to not even do that, but just rotate the head, make sure it clips into place. You might want to adjust the neck so it's like that, but leave these down, because when you leave those down, they fit in perfectly. The only thing you need to worry about is to get that tab in there. But if you notice, it fits in perfect. Then what you do is you bring this back and do the whole Optimus Prime thing. Bring it in almost all the way. Then you hold this still while you swivel this in. This needs to be pulled down more. Uh-oh, what's going on here? I don't know if it's gave me enough room in there. Gotta. Yeah, okay, there we go. But you want to make sure this is flat and holding that first. Then you can push it up in and like that. Let's see if this will go smoother. Push it in almost all the way. Hold this so you're securing it while you pull this piece in. So, like that. Push it all the way in and connect it like that. Now, while you have this up, rotate it 180 degrees. Now there's a slot right in here. You're going to take the back of his, that's the back of him, and pull that out. And we're going to want to fit that right in that slot. So I can get you to show it. It sometimes can take a few adjustments, but essentially it's going to go right in there. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Once you get it in there, just slide it in like that. Now I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back in 1 second. Alright, I got a drink of water. I got everything stretched out, I hope. So now you can use these to give some stretching room, and we're going to work on the legs. So what you do to start is you go back here and you pull from up here straight down. That'll open that. Then you can pull this, kind of slides out. See how it slides in and out? You can pull it all the way back, hinge it there. Now next you're going to want to pull this away, the front of the leg part, so that way you expose this. This will now come out on a slider. And you can see that peg in the back of the slider, or behind the slider. Let's see if we can show you. Yeah, you can see the peg right up in there, right below my finger. That peg, and then you see the hole right behind the slider. Those, you line those up to go back into that mode. And then once you see how it closes, if you don't have it closing right in that seam right here, then it's not going to line up for when you go back into robot. But I just wanted to show you that real quick. Okay, anyways, you want to pull that out on that slider. Then you're going to go up just about that much only, so it has this clearing. Through that clearing, which sometimes isn't really a clearing, but you can unhinge that on a double pull-out part. Then what you want to do is you want to pull this leg up, and the first thing you want to do is you want to attach this tab into that slot. Just like that. Make sure that tab slot gets in put first, because then it will be hard otherwise. Just like that. And then what you do back here is you fold this all the way in, then you fold this down. There's a tab right here that goes in a slot right there. Oh, sorry, before you do all that, there's two things. I'm going to show you on this side for the other, but you have double hinges here for the feet. You push that all the way in so it's I guess flush is what I'm trying to say. So it's like that, and you can push that in. This also flips around 180 degrees. Actually, we'll just do it. It's just sometimes when you redo everything. Yeah, I'll show you on the other side, because you don't need it unless you have the MP-10 trailer. But, all right, we'll flip that around. So there you go. That's essentially what you want. And then the last part would be to close this up. Oops. I don't know why that just happened. Just because like that. You want to snap that. But that's going to untab anyway. I was just showing you. You pull this out. Shoulder's already killing me. All right, we're going to go back here. Pull this part down. That'll slide out back. See, the front of the foot's here. Back of the foot's here. So you slide it backwards. And then you open up the hinge. Pull up this part, which allows you to flip this around if you have the MP-10 trailer. So you use those two inside ports, the one here and then the one inside over here. That I didn't flip around, but so just an option. We'll leave that for like that, just for whatever reason, for no reason at all. But you also want to make sure that these are double hinged in to be secure like that. Like I said, you want to come out here and pull this out on the slider, going into the clearing, opening this up twice. Next thing you want to do is you want to attach that tab into that slot, this tab right here into that slot. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it up, make sure to tab that in first. It can be difficult if you show other things like I did. And if you have I'm going to have to do it with my other arm. Like that, essentially. Then you want to go under here, fold this all the way in. Remember that that tab right here goes into that slot right there. Just like that. This goes down, and this folds down too. Then you can attach, you can see the tab slot right here, like that. And then last but not least, you want those two tabs right there to be tabbed together. Give it a good squeeze and an extra squeeze. Making sure this is tabbed in right there, so you get clearing or room to clear. Line those up evenly, and there we got them back into truck mode. Just a quick couple comparisons in truck mode. You also want to pull up stacks. There is a comparison with the Siege figure. You can see how much bigger it is. Let me make sure, like that. And here's a comparison with the Leader class figure. Now I do have the TE-01. It's in the mail. I'll have to pick it up Monday, but yeah, hopefully my arm's fixed by then. It's really hurting me to even do this, and from what I hear, it's a heavy figure. But this is the truck mode. It does roll. It's on rubber tires, very nicely, I might add. And let's just check out some of the details. Here, let's get the lights on the actual truck. There. So you can see very nice details. You get the windows, and then these move still. You get the doors to open if you want. Like that. And like that. And then if you want to open this up for whatever reason, say it's coming out, the windshield, you have to push the door down like that. So you can open this up. And then just swivel it up. and then close it. And it just to show you what it looks like in it, nothing. It's just on a ball joint, but it kind of works like a door. You get some chrome as the fuel tanks and the rims, as well as the bumper and grill. You get some clear plastic for the headlights, as well as this little piece right here. You also get some blue clear plastic for the back. So you get nice chrome smokestacks. Very, very nice. Push all this down. But a great figure. I really like it a lot. I don't really see any weapon storage or anything, but still, nonetheless, done awesome. Let me know what you think of the review. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe for more toy reviews. Make sure to check out my Twitter at CDog4, all lowercase, no spaces. Check out Show Z Store, where this was come from. And link will be in the description below, as I said in the beginning. And stay awesome, stay subbed, stay tuned for the next video. Peace, it's a wrap.